Essex Fells, New Jersey, small town in northern New Jersey. There's actually 2 other kids on the men's lacrosse team from Essex Fells that I've known pretty much my entire life. One of which, his older brother, is actually like my best friend from growing up. That's Liam Garvey. His older brother goes to Manhattan College, and he's like probably one of my best friends from kindergarten, preschool, all the way till now. So it's actually really awesome. You know, you can walk around the streets. There's no stoplights. There's no businesses in town. So you can walk around the streets. Parents, you really know everyone. Everyone's really friendly and willing to say hi. So it's awesome. Wouldn't change it for the world. I went to high school at Bergen Catholic High School. I think it was a better fit for me both academically and athletically. The public school in town, unless you're really in like the top academic classes, it's kind of middle of the pack. It's definitely gotten much better over the years. But this high school kind of was better fit for my academic standing at the time. I did well there, but I would say it was better both sports and school-wise. I was playing probably a better schedule, so you know I kind of had that exposure in a sense. But in terms of overall recruitment, I wouldn't say that was really a big thing. It was more just structure. I got a lot more structure at the all-boys school. A lot more oversight throughout the day. Teachers really caring about not screwing around all day long, or else you'll get detention, which is definitely not fun. I had my fair share, for sure. They call it JUG, Justice Under God, and it could be anything from dress code violations to skipping class. Definitely always my dress code violations. I would say in high school, one of the main things was your hair. It had to be like above your ears and above your collar. And growing up, I always had longer hair, so I always tried to get away with it. There was no facial hair, which never really affected me because I haven't been growing facial hair until probably sophomore year of college. So that wasn't really a main concern of mine, but I always kind of let my hair grow a little bit longer than they would have liked, for sure. You know, at the time, had no idea which direction I wanted to go. Ideally, I would have liked to stay at a small school within 3 or 4 hours of my house, so I kind of eliminated some schools right off the bat. A lot of lacrosse recruiting comes from summer tournaments and summer showcases, which I played in a bunch of. So once I kind of started getting emails and letters home and like got in contact with a couple of coaches during the summer of my sophomore year, fall of my junior year, you know, Bryant just seemed like the best fit. I probably spoke with Coach Broderson once a week. You know, he was really interested. I felt there was an early connection there. Our previous offensive coach, Brad Ross, same thing. You know, I just felt as though this was the best place for me. It fit all the criteria: great academics, close to home, you know, that small school environment. So I think at the end of the day, this was the best fit out of all the schools, all the other schools I was looking at. I remember our first practice. You have guys like Colin Dunster, Alex Sommerfeld, you know, Kevin Massa, Gunnar Walt, some of probably the best lacrosse players I've ever played with, for sure. And it was just like a different game. You know, it was much faster, everybody's much stronger, but at the same time, everybody's much more willing to kind of help each other get better. And a lot of those guys mentored me and kind of took me under their wing, especially this kid, Bryant Jarvis, was a senior at the time, and he just, to this day, I'm really close with him. He kind of took me under and kind of showed me the ropes from an early on. So I really think that helped my development in college. To this day, it's still a little fuzzy. It was just like, that's probably the biggest sporting event I've ever been a part of. I was fortunate enough I played one of my better games in college, but it was like really, it was unreal.
Earlier on this Mother's Day, they held graduation inside the Carrier Dome. Now tonight, the Orange hope to commence another title run, and for the second straight year, their postseason begins against Bryant.
We kind of had the mindset going into the game, you know, if you believe that you're going to win the game. You can't just show up and say, you know, we're the underdog. Coach P instilled the mindset that we are going to win this game. So nobody really second thought, nobody second guessed themselves.
Man-to-man's what they like to do.
Dunster a step to the middle, frees the right hand, and just like last year, he's first on the board in the dome. 1-0 Bryant as flags fly after. Has it behind the cage. He dodges in front, got a step, shoots, and scores. It's a hat trick for Tucker James, and Bryant suddenly a 2-goal lead in the dome with 4:52 to go. And O'Donnell in an extreme defensive position. Daddio does gobble it up going forward. Daddio flips ahead. He got it inside to Donahue. 2 to go. He shoots, and it's deflected wide right. And Bryant has pulled off the biggest upset in the history of the NCAA lacrosse tournament. Your final score: the Bulldogs 10, the Orange 9, and the Syracuse season shockingly ends tonight.
We showed up, we kind of took care of business. So it was really awesome. It was a great feeling after we won that game. It's not that we had bad years the past couple of years, but it's definitely not the same. And once you get a taste, we had our freshman class, we started with 15, I think we have now 13 guys. You know, once you get a taste of that success, beating Syracuse, playing Maryland in the tournament, you just want to go back, you're hungrier. And we have a bunch of guys in the senior class that played and kind of have that experience, and we know that what we're capable of, and we're really trying to get the most out of what we can do. You know, we don't want to leave it all. We don't want to let it look back and say shoulda, woulda, coulda. We kind of want to leave it all out there. I think it'd be very special for me personally, you know, especially this senior class, some of my best friends, you know. I think it would mean a lot for all of us. You know, it's so much we're doing it not just for ourselves, but so much more for the athletics programs and the school itself and the student body. So I think it would be very special for all of us if we could kind of get us back and maybe further than we've been in the past. It's actually incredible. Me and Graham Seifert, he's another senior, and we were talking about this same question in the locker room the other day. You know, we signed on to the old Bryant University, we said. We were talking with a couple of freshmen. It's like we were trying to explain to them how good they have it, because we signed on before we had the indoor, before we had new turf, the weight room, all that, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just, I mean, it's incredible. This is almost like a different university. I mean, to this day, when my parents show up, they're just amazed at all how much it's grown and how beautiful it is now, you know, all the new facilities and toys that we have. So it's really awesome. The greatest compliment as an athlete is you want to just be known as a competitor. You know, every single day, I want people to know that I worked hard. I gave it my all. You know, you want to be known as a winner, but you want to be known as a competitor, because sometimes you can lose the game, but if you've done everything you can to put your team and yourself in the best position to win, that's all you can really ask for. So I think in terms of leaving my legacy, that's what I want to be known for. I want to be known for a winner, and I want to be known as a competitor.